been waiting for months to find out anything about the Orville Season 3. When are we going to be able to go on some more 25th century adventures with this crew that we love and adore? It turns out we're not going to have to wait as long as we thought. More adventures await us on June 3rd. Hey gang, I'm JP and welcome back to Talking The Orville on Egotastic FunTime. It was just announced a few hours ago that the Orville Season 2.5 from Dark Horse Comics is coming our way. I thought we were going to have to wait at least until after Season 3 of the Orville aired, came and went, before they came out with more comics from this wonderful universe that we've all fallen in love with for the last couple of years. But no, it's actually going to be coming out June 3rd. Screen Rants has the story, and we're going to check it out right now. To the Ego Pewter! Okay, I'm right here on Screen Rant. The Orville returns for Season 2.5. Season 1.5 was amazing fun. Of course, every issue that came out during the Orville, Talking the Orville live shows that we do on Thursdays, I read to you, story time, those issues. We had a great time going on those adventures together in the Orville universe. So we're going to be going on those adventures again before Season 3. The Orville returns for Season 2.5 from Dark Horse Comics. The Orville will be returning with a Season 2.5 through a new comic book mini-series, the Orville Season 2.5 Launch Day. That is the name of this new story, at least for the first two, unless they go into 4 issues. The first Season 1.5 was 4 issues. Of course, we had New Beginnings, Part 1, and then Part 2, and then we had The Word of Avis, Part 3 and Part 1 and Part 2, which is basically Part 3 and Part 4. Click the link below if you want to purchase those books right now. I have the links there. Go get them. Have a good time. Get into this soft canon universe. It was big news to hear that Hulu picked up the Orville for a 3rd season after Fox's surprise cancellation. I wouldn't necessarily call it a cancellation. I think Seth MacFarlane decided to take the show away from Fox because he knew at that time, I'm damn sure he knew at that time, he was going to be signing on with NBC, and he wanted to bring the Orville to a place where he'd still have more control of it. Of course, Family Guy and some of the other cartoons over on Fox are staying there, but Seth MacFarlane's kind of walked away from those a long time ago. He just comes in and does the voices, which he still will do, but he still wants full control of the Orville, so moving it to Hulu was the best choice to make sure that that happened. Plus, the season's going to be the biggest season yet, thanks to Hulu's money. Thanks to Dark Horse Comics, that's not the only place that the adventure will continue. News has just arrived that the Orville will be returning with a Season 2.5 through a new comic book series titled The Orville Launch Day. The Orville Launch Day, Part 1 of 2. I'm hoping we're getting at least 4 comics, and what they did last time was they had 1 new issue come out each month. So we get June, 1 issue, July, another issue, August, another issue, and then September, a 4th issue, probably final issue. That leads us right into when Season 3 starts. Reintroduced to this universe, the aftermath after the parallel Kelly timeline, which I think it's been everything's been set back to normal, but I don't think the entire universe is going to play out exactly 100% like it would have if Kelly never messed with the timeline. There are certain things that happen in the timeline that are completely random, that if you replay that same scenario, another thing would have happened slightly differently. So I think when we catch up with the Orville, the universe is going to be 99.9% the same that it was before, but there's going to be that certain 0.01% that is going to be different. I don't see Charlie Burke, played by Annie Winters. I don't see her new character here yet. We'll probably be introduced to her officially in Season 3, because I don't want to be introduced to her in a comic. I want to see her come on board for the first time, see her face, all that great stuff. The Orville #1 Launch Day Part 1 of 2 kicks off the first episode. Okay, so that's the first episode. these 2 comics are the first episode, so we should be getting a second episode. So we're going to be getting at least four issues from what it sounds like here. Kicks off the first episode of the series with a Krill ship entering Union territory. Last we saw the Krill, we just signed a treaty with the Krill. The Orville is sent to head off the ship in order to investigate further, and in doing so, they learn that the Krill are headed to a planet that, under strange circumstances, what are those strange circumstances, you guys? This planet, this world, seceded from the Union a long time ago. We don't like ketchup on our eggs, and the Union's like, we love ketchup on our eggs, and you better eat it that way. And they're like, no, we're seceding. It turns out that the Krill have discovered a large moon-sized construct above the planet, and they intend to attack it before this, what they assume to be a weapon. Of course, the Krill, which are much like the Romulans, would think that this thing could be a weapon. I'm pretty sure it's going to turn out not to be that sort of thing. Otherwise, it's just way too predictable, right? But they think it's a weapon that can be used against them, but the question remains, what really is it? It is something, right? It's not a weapon. While this may be all the info currently provided by Dark Horse Comics, the description does sound a bit like it holds some Death Star influences when talking about a moon-sized mystery construct in space that is a potential weapon. The writers at the Orville already know that nobody cares about the stupid super weapon crap anymore. The Star Wars stuff. Oh, we have a Death Star. Oh, well, we have another Death Star. Oh, well, we have a planet-sized Death Star. That's bigger than a moon, and it can kill 5 planets at once. Orville writers are way smarter than that stupid crap. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a weapon. It's probably the planet is dying, and these people probably created a little moon-sized planet to put everybody on and fly away on their own little moon planet. It will be interesting to see how the crew handles the matter, as the planet is technically out of their jurisdiction. So that addresses the treaty situation. Yes, we have a treaty with the Krill, a very tentative treaty. It's going to be a very volatile, very, very fragile treaty, because the Krill are basically space vampire jerks with their little religious ways. We already had a little bit of a John and Gordon adventure in New Beginnings, the season 1.5 comic, but the comics don't count. I want a John and Gordon adventure on screen in season 3. Hopefully we get that. We need the 2 of them going out there together and be a story, not a B story, not a zipper jacket C story. But yes, this planet is technically out of their jurisdiction, so what can they possibly do? I'm sure what's going to come into play is the Krill are like, this is out of your jurisdiction, don't mess with us, this might be a weapon, unless you want to end this treaty, and we cannot end this treaty. We need this treaty to work because we need the Krill in order to help us against our fight against the Kalon. The Orville #1 launch day goes on sale June 3rd, 2020, and is available now for pre-order at your local comic shop. Stay tuned to Egotastic FunTime, you guys. I will keep you updated on this developing story. Eventually, this will be available for pre-order on Amazon. I'll be sharing all of that information with you to make sure you get this comic in your hands. You're going to want it in your hands because I'm going to have it on June 3rd, and we're going to go live, and we're going to read it aloud together, story time. I'll tell you when to turn the page. So turn the page, follow me, stay tuned here for all Orville news. So I'll see you very soon, and as always, I hope all your times are egotastic fun times. Love you, bye-bye.